Welcome back. We are going to talk about load end date, which is an optional column in satellite tables. The purpose of this column is to put end date in the satellites and assume that the information is valid until a new record appears. So as we see in the example, when the Martin gets a new email address, the satellite table receives a new record. We end date the previous record of Martin, which includes the old email information, with the load date value of the latest record that owns the same business key. That shows the record is valid between the load dates. Mostly this column is used to simplify querying the data processes, but at the same time, it can make the loading slightly more complex. As we know that the satellite tables are never updated, but end date is one of the exceptions for this rule. But according to the latest announcement of the Dan Lindstedt, which is the creator of Data Vault modeling, end dates in Data Vault is dead. The reason behind is load date or load end dates are system-generated dates. They should never have business meaning outside the data warehouse. In order to achieve valid period of time for a specific record, we need to use business days which come from the source system. And on the other hand, performance will reduce dramatically when we try to update load end date column in each insert. So think about that when we try to load a satellite table which has billions of data. And another challenge is, if you do real-time loading with streaming, which has machine-generated data at high rates of speed that comes from message queues or event-driven systems, you may lose order of data or you cannot afford to update end date column during the processing of data. You may wonder that column would be beneficial when we do reporting and to see between which period of time the record was valid on satellite. But please keep in mind the load date and load end date does not have any business meaning. Therefore, they are not meant to be used for reporting or querying perspective. And for this purpose, we will use the point-in-time table to solve end dating processes, which we will mention in the follow-up session. Therefore, according to latest recommendation and announcement of Data Vault, we will not use load end date columns in the satellite structure and further in our lectures. Thank you for listening.